What is going on, guys? It's Tommy here from Saleslucky.com, and today I'm just going to riff a little bit about this post that I made. If you're being real, the context will dictate the response. So what does that mean exactly? It means that a lot of times I think as salespeople or as beginner salespeople or people who are new to sales, they try to figure out what to say ahead of time, and it's normal, right? Because you feel like or you feel like you want to plan out everything, you want to know exactly what to say for whatever situation it is. And while it is definitely helpful to prepare, don't get me wrong, the purpose of this post is to express that no matter what you think you want to say, there is going to be context to the situation. So the person you're speaking to, that person's personality, the vibes of the conversation, the people involved in that conversation, where in the sales cycle your deal is, the people involved in the deal, the situation of that deal, what's going on with their company, the time of the year it is, what time of the year is according to your fiscal year it is. So what I'm saying is that there's so many factors that go into a particular situation. Every single moment in life is different. Yes, obviously there's similarities, but the purpose of this post to illustrate the point that in every situation, in every conversation, there is context. And if you will just trust yourself, trust your subconscious mind that you are taking in all this information for whatever is the specific situation that you're in, for that conversation, for that deal, for that prospect, for that client, the appropriate response will present itself in the moment. What do I mean by that? I mean, it's not realistic to 100% know exactly what the response you should say or the response you should provide for a given moment before that moment has fully arrived. I don't mean don't prepare or not prepare certain things that you can say, but what I mean is do prepare, but there's also the context of the moment that we're talking about. So really, if you're being real, if you're being genuine, if you're being real and honest, if you have the right intentions in helping your prospect, you can trust that whatever context that particular conversation will have, the right response will surface. The right response will come from inside of you. You will naturally know what to say based on that response or based on that context. And this does take some experience, but as you get more experienced, you will begin to understand that it's not just about scripting things out, because so many people want, like I said, so many people want to have everything pre-planned so that they can know exactly what to say for the rest of this conversation or for the rest of the sales cycle. And that's just not reality, because you're not, as much as you can plan and prepare for things, you're not going to be able to control exactly what the other person does, because let's be real, this is real life and we're dealing with human beings, and things can happen in real life that we don't expect it to 100% all the time. So you're, to some degree, you're going to have to trust that when you enter that conversation, when you enter into that meeting, there's going to be clues in the context or just things within the context and the environment that's going to impact or dictate how you should respond. For example, you could prepare all you want for a particular meeting, go into that meeting, and there could be a new stakeholder there that you didn't plan for, that just happened, that your champion just happened to introduce, happened to bring into that call. Are you gonna go in and say what you had planned prior to knowing that person was going to be there? Maybe, maybe not. Again, the context will dictate the response. You're going to know what's appropriate to say once you're there and you take in, okay, there's a new person here. Maybe this person is my champion's boss. Maybe this person is working for my champion. And based on that information, you'll be able to respond accordingly based on the given situation. So it's the same idea as when, you know how when people prepare for a speech, they prepare ahead of time, they write out an entire speech, they go through multiple drafts of it, and they think that they're going to just read this speech and absolutely crush it. But before they go on stage, or before the actual day comes where they're supposed to give that speech, they forget their script at home. And so they show up to this speech, thinking they prepared all this whole speech, but they left it at home, and they're all like, worried and stuff. But at the last minute, realizing that they don't have their script, they just say, fuck it, I'm just gonna go out there, I'm gonna speak from my heart, and I'm gonna be in the moment, and I'm gonna deliver my message. And what happens? They crush it, they kill it, they get standing ovations, and they do better than they had ever planned to do, and way better than they would have done had they read that speech. It's because they were in the moment, they were speaking to the people, they were connected with the people, they were engaged with the people, because they were present and they took in the context of the situation and responded or acted accordingly to that present moment. So this is what I'm saying. And this might be a little bit more advanced of a move, or not move, but advanced of a way to behave or way of being. But this is where you want to move towards, and this is where you want to ultimately get to. Not saying that this is like the end all be all, because there's always another level, right? But you want to understand that if you're being real, if you have the right intentions, as in you want to help your customer, you want to help your prospect, and you're being honest, you're being real, your heart and head are in the right place, you can trust that the right response will present itself once you are in that given situation, once you are in that given context. Because again, there's going to be clues, there's going to be factors, there's going to be inputs, there's going to be instances within that context, within that situation, that's going to provide you an understanding of how to respond, what to say. It's being present, it's being adaptable, it's being fluid. There's a quote by Bruce Lee about water. Maybe you've heard of it. I would highly recommend just YouTubing Bruce Lee water. But basically he says, I'm going to do my Bruce Lee impression. He says, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. You put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put water into a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now, water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. So he's saying be fluid. Don't be so rigid that you have to say this line, this line, this line. No, it's not about that. Be fluid. Have your right intentions have your intentions in the right place. Be real. Be genuine. And then trust with that intention and with your genuineness, and by being real and having the right intentions, the right place to serve your prospect, the right response will present itself in the given context. Trust your subconscious mind. Trust yourself that you're going to do the right thing when that moment appears. All right, guys? Hope that made sense. And let me know what you guys think. Take care.